Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm talking about a fragrance that is very affordable and very unique. And it's from the house of Lattafa. It's none other than Vintage Radio. So you must be knowing that this fragrance is an alternative or an inspiration from Initio's Paragon. So Paragon is a very expensive fragrance. As you all know, Initio is a very expensive niche fragrance house, and their fragrances can cost anywhere from like 300 to like above $400. I think they retail for $400, but on discounters you can find it maybe around 200. So I would advise you not to spend that much money only if you love that fragrance so much. But in this case, I compared Paragon and Vintage Radio. I wore both fragrances and I came to the conclusion that I don't need Paragon if I have Vintage Radio. It's not the case with every niche fragrance, but some fragrances I compare both the inspiration and the original, and I judge for myself whether it's worth spending that much money on a niche fragrance when you can get the same or even better experience from a clone fragrance. I'm not advocating for any clones here, but there are some cases where you will think like spending a huge amount of money on a niche fragrance is worth it or not. But in this case, Vintage Radio is like an amazing fragrance. And the most important thing I like about Vintage Radio is that this is a very unique fragrance, first of all, and it's very versatile. So you can wear this all year round, like be it summer, winter, fall, any season you can wear this fragrance. And most importantly, if you wear this fragrance for summer, you will stand out from the rest of the people. Like most people will be wearing citrusy freshies, and if you wear Vintage Radio, you will stand out. And the main important note, the main note in this fragrance is plum. So this fragrance is basically, I would describe this fragrance as a citrusy, aromatic plum scent. It's not too much citrusy. It has a bergamot note, but mainly the notes you get in this fragrance are plum and Palo Santo. So Palo Santo is kind of like a woody note, and that gives a vibe of a vibe of like a fresh woody scent. So imagine a fresh woody scent mixed with plum, and this also has sandalwood in the base. So towards the dry down, you get the sandalwood and little bit of oud. Although oud is listed, I very well know that many people are scared when they hear oud, or many people are repulsive to oud. For me, I love oud, but for those of who don't like oud, the oud is very minute. Like you can't detect much oud in this fragrance. So this is a very unique smelling, fresh fragrance. If you like, I can't think of any other fragrance to give a comparison, because I don't have any fragrance in my, like I have more than like 300 fragrances in my collection, but there is no fragrance that smells like Paragon or Vintage Radio. So the uniqueness factor is 10 out of 10. And coming to the performance, this fragrance performs better than Initio Paragon on me, because I don't know if it's my skin chemistry. I tested Paragon and it was not, I was not feeling the scent. And the only difference I find between Paragon and Vintage Radio is in the opening. So in Paragon, you get that very creamy, sweet plum kind of an opening. So if you think of other fragrances from Initio, like which is a fragrance in their white line, musk therapy. So I got a similar kind of an opening, a little bit musky, sweet kind of an opening, and it's very well balanced and very polished. So the opening is amazing for the OG Paragon, and this one is, as you all know, with the Middle Eastern house, but still no synthetic notes here. It's I would say this is more plum and more woody when compared to the OG Paragon. In OG Paragon, it's so well rounded and balanced. So I won't say this is a 1:1 clone. But towards the dry down, like after 10 minutes or 15 minutes of spraying Paragon, it moves into the vintage Radio direction. So I won't think of like paying the full retail money just to get that opening from Initio Paragon. Of course, the Paragon is the opening in Paragon is worth it distinguishes it from vintage radio. That opening is amazing, and you get that kind of a creamy kind of a vibe, creamy plum with woodiness, and it's so well balanced. So still, if you want to save your money, you are comparing a $30 fragrance to a $300 or $400 fragrance, and there is not much difference. I would say this is like maybe 90% identical to Initios Paragon. Not a one-to-one, but you get the same wearing experience. And the main reason for me to choose this over Paragon was the kind of performance that it gave me over Paragon, because Paragon was not performing on my skin, and I couldn't feel the scent. Like when I sprayed it on, it smells good, but it was not projecting much on my skin. Whereas Vintage Radio, first 2 hours, it was like so strong on me, and I got a total performance of maybe 6 hours, 6 to 7 hours. So it's not like a super beast mode scent, but it projects well for the first 2 hours, and then it gets close to the skin. But still, for $30, you can't ask more for a fragrance that gives the same wearing experience as of a $300 niche fragrance. You get the same kind of a vibe, the plum, the woody notes, and everything. And because of that, I would say this is a banger of a scent. And most importantly, the uniqueness factor, the versatility, all year round fragrance. If you wear this in summer, it's not at all cloying. That's the main thing. Like some fragrances that has kind of a plum, wood, sandalwood notes can be cloying, but this one not at all cloying. It's an amazing, unique fragrance that you can wear and stand out for the summer. So I'm very sure that I'll be having this fragrance heavily in my summer rotation as well. When I get bored of citrusy heavy fragrances like the super fresh fragrance and the blue fragrances, I would reach for this. And my only regret is that I should have gotten it sooner. I don't know why. Maybe it's the bottle design, but the bottle design is still fine. It's the picture of a radio and all. It's nice, but now I like the bottle design. But earlier I found this tacky. Even the presentation, they copied it from Paragon. The color combination is same like Paragon, white with brown. So you see the sprayer on that Paragon is like the nozzle is brown in color. So that they even copied the color combination. But still, save your money. Don't buy. That's my opinion. If you want to buy Paragon, you can definitely go for Paragon. But this is like equally good, if not better, than Initios Paragon. For me, this is even better than Initios Paragon. Other people may beg to differ, but that's from my wearing experience. I didn't find that wow factor, or of course the smell is brilliant, amazing. But for spending that kind of money, when I can get the same experience for a $30 from a $30 Lattafa fragrance, I prefer this any day. So I think I covered all aspects: projection, longevity, season, all season fragrance, bang for your buck. And recently Lattafa has been doing a very wonderful job coming out with fragrances like Teriyaki Intense by Quentin Bish, Vintage Radio, lot of amazing fragrances. And the Middle Eastern fragrances are definitely on another league right now. And like, so you can save a lot of money. You don't want to spend that much money on niche fragrance when you can get the same experience with fragrances, amazing fragrance like Vintage Radio. That niche quality you can get for such a low price. So guys, check out Vintage Radio and let me know what are your thoughts on Vintage Radio, if you like it, if you hate it, and what's the wearing experience. If you get any compliments wearing this, please do let me know. I'll be back with another video. Stay tuned. Have a blessed day.